All right, everyone, Babylon here. We're on episode 42, uh, Carcass. We're gonna have to go way down in the desert down here.
Ceratai pays for solutions. It shows.
No, it don't.
The ecology
225
of
rand. That's
Icarus
not
is
paid.
changing, and not just life forms.
Uh,
Orbital image analysis shows unusual geoforms in the region. They think it's exotic related and want samples before anyone else gets them. Think you can handle it? Ceratai have the best sats in the sky, so they'll be watching you. Everyone knows the terror zone's changing, but no one's sure where it's going. Even the geology's shifting. They got their hands on satellite data showing new geoforms emerging. Smart money's on exotics being involved. But until you bring back some samples, they're just guessing. Let's end the suspense, shall we?
yeah, there you go. All the way back down to the south end of the desert. Uh, I'm fast forwarding through all this here just to get down, get hunt all these scorpions down for their tails and claws. Uh, it's self-explanatory. It had to make a lot of workbenches. They had to do a lot of farming in this one. It took about a total of 2.5 hours, but I skipped all that. I, since I having to watch me make all that stuff up right there on the spot there, you know what I mean? But you turn around and you had to make some traps and stuff. But yeah, it was kind of aggravating. I should get a kit put together, but I think they changed the deal where you can't carry it. Where you used to be able to sort your satchels there and you didn't have to worry about the weight. I think they might have fixed that. Darn it, you know. But you can't carry too much anymore. So I'm guessing, man, I really don't want to. I really want to keep the using the MOA, but the MOA can't handle enough weight to carry that kind of benches and work benches with them and stuff like that to put a base up. Uh, so I'm looking at I don't know, trying to figure out a way to do it. But yeah, I had some pretty good sized work benches I had to make, so it took a little longer than normal. I probably wouldn't even have spent that much time if I would just left my woods there and got on my mower and hauled butt, got the benches and came back. But knowing as soon as I did that, I wouldn't have had everything I needed. So I just went ahead and just made everything, and I did leave it all down there. That might be what's causing my lag. Come to think about it, I might go down there and pick all that stuff up and do away with it. Maybe that'll fix the lag issue. But we'll figure all that out here before long. I do know I got quite a bit of recording on my hard drive, so I'm trying to get through all this here and get them cut and uploaded onto the channel and wait for them to be released, so that way I can get rid of all the recording stuff. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, it was crowded my hard drive. Uh, yeah, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just gotta hunt those scorpions, and for a while there in the beginning, I didn't think I was ever gonna find those scorpions there for a while, but we finally ran into them, and here we're going back here. All you have to do is deposit those in there, and then you gotta hook up electrical and water. Now the electrical was easy, but I had to make that bio uh, water pump,
You're all over this.
for the water supply. It did have we do have that rain reservoir, but that I don't think that produced enough water for that. But well, I didn't. In fact, I don't even think you hook the water line up to it. I don't think. But I think all you can do is put bottles in there and fill water bottles up. But like I said, I skipped all that, but the bench making and stuff like that, just to, you know, So y'all have to watch it. I mean, y'all seen me make those benches before, so. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, like I said, you unlock two blueprints. Uh, Turn around and, like I said, we had a yeah, run around in circles, just clicking it everywhere. Couldn't figure out which way to go until I did that there. But like I said, I'll probably come back and tear all that stuff out of there. Maybe that'll help me out with my server issues. But the sad part is though is that I didn't. I'm not having issues with. How you damn it! I'm trying to remember how to say it here. I thought the issue started long after this here. Is what I'm thinking, but just be on the safe side. I'm just going to come back and like take all that stuff down. I might even destroy the base. I don't think I'll be needing this down here anymore anyway. That way I can just get that part of it off the server, maybe that'll, or the world, maybe that'll help out a little bit. But like I said, this also could be because of how much recording I have done and just left on the hard drive. But I didn't want to take a chance of losing any of the footage that I do have, so that way I don't, how you want to say, lose anything again, you know. So we'll sit here and we'll do this, and here in a minute I'll transition down after the benches are made, and we'll be back to it again. And we're back in there doing it again, and checking on everybody's out there enjoying the porch. I mean, it's not a little bad design. It just ain't got enough room for all your big stuff. You see here, I've already took down two workbenches already. But we got to get that biofuel done. I just needed one can and had to wait for that iron to be ready. I got the pump. I think I already had the pump set up, so. Or I could have been. I had it all on me, I think. But, but like I said, I mean, it's a fair quest. I mean, you get a couple new traps to build for your head hodges. Well, they're not traps. They're just well, one of them's a trap. The other one's a hedgehog. But I guess it does adds poison damage to your hedgehog defenses. You know, I've never used them, so I don't know. You know, but I don't ever hardly use those anyway. But I probably will in the next one though, when he's a lower level, to have some kind of fortification. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how much fuel it was going to need, so I was getting it to get up there as close as possible to being fully full and or what. Yeah, I mean we're getting through it. We're getting close to the end of it. And before we start the great house, I'm just hoping the world uh, that he's in doing all this is going to last. I mean, having that stuff staying on the map after the quest is over with has me kind of worried that or I guess I don't know if you want to call it the server or just the world I'm in is going to crash on me or something. But but if it does, I'm just going to go ahead and just move on to sticks because I don't think I can get to that end of the missions and everything to do the great hunts without having to go through all those other missions on top of it. That and you have to rebuild your base and all that stuff, and that'll just flat out suck. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'll build back in the desert biome anymore. Just for the simple fact is, you can't get rid of that sand that keeps piling up after a sandstorm. I think I'll just stay in the forest area or the riverlands. I mean, it's more prettier there anyway. So, but yeah, I just was kind of disappointed with the desert area. But, but it is what it is. But then again, I'm all ready for a new map, something different. I think here I'm just waiting for the night time so that way I can get some sleep. Then we'll go out and do the quest in the morning. Yeah, I took them all down there 'cause I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to get swamped with a bunch of scorpions or not. Yeah, there's my pump.
Sounds like you got company. There's been reports that wildlife don't like technology. Sure looks that way.
mean, it wasn't too difficult. I mean, the scorpions weren't really all that hard to defeat. But like I said, I wasn't exactly sure if it was going to be a swarm like you would at a geyser or what. But all I know is I didn't want to die again. And after this is done, I think we have to actually make a couple of those fortification defenses or traps or whichever one they're going to call them. Which is weird because it wanted you to make them, but then again, they didn't require you to use them. Yeah, I mean, the whole full time of the mission, from taking off, traveling down, and everything was like 2 hours and 28 minutes. But it's it's not that bad. Other than, like I said, having to hunt all those scorpions and keeping the tails, because I killed quite a bit of scorpions earlier, and I didn't even bother carving them. I could have kept the tails and took them down. I had quite a few of them there for base too, if I would have just known about that prior, and that would have saved a lot of time. But I didn't, and yeah, I still got through it anyway. But I hope you all had a good weekend. I hope you all enjoyed that extra video I put out Saturday on the enzymes. But it's nice knowing that how many times you can do that before it runs out. But here in a few days, uh, I'm going to try it again. I'm probably going to give it about a week, and then I'll try it again and see if those exotics respawn back in there where you can still use that or not. And like I said, if it doesn't, then I'll just take those, which I got quite a few beacons, and go out and just mark out where they're at and just go out there and farm them out. And then, like I said in the last video, and then I want to try the Arctic area too.
But there's one more thing. They want you to assemble. Put it together. Can you figure it out?
Yeah, here you got to unlock it and then turn around and go find it and the stuff to make the stuff with and everything. I mean, it wasn't difficult to make, but what got me is it didn't have you use them or nothing. But I didn't even pay. I mean, like I said, I never used the hedgehogs. Well, I did back when I first started playing Icarus, but they didn't seem to last that long. But again, I was building in the Riverlands, so you had bears and everything come up to them and everything, so it winds up tearing them up. Yeah. But I think all that does is add poison onto them. Here, I think I was trying to get them all to drink water. I couldn't get them to drink water. I wish they could make you whistle while you're mounted onto your tame. That way, You don't have to keep jumping on and off of them. You see quite a few of them are starting to drink now. And these guys here, that one drunk, you know, that one didn't. It's nuts. You know, they wouldn't drink. Yeah, I thought that was weird. It wouldn't let me select it for that, and just for that one little instant right there. I can't remember exactly how many more scorpions I needed at this point, though. I don't even think I found one, I don't think. So I got way down there. Yeah, I couldn't remember which bench actually made the hedgehogs. Or actually, I was actually looking for the traps. But yeah, you have to have the hedgehogs. Hedge, hedges, what do you want to call that there? Yeah, in order to get that done. Which isn't that much. I mean, it was very simple to make them and everything. It's just, like I said, a little time to get everything gathered up. So yeah, so if you want to go down there, you'll make sure you prepare yourself with some workbenches and stuff. If not, it take quite a bit of farming. I mean, there's enough resources around to do it, but it's all about time consuming, right? Depends on how fast you want to get things done. Had to get quite a bit of that for rope, I think. I didn't have enough rope to make that the last one. There we go.
I guess we're done here.
And there it
Time to head
is.
back to the drop ship.
Alright, I appreciate y'all
Unless you got
watching.
other
Hope you had a good
plans.
weekend. Hope your week goes just as good. If it
That's it,
went good
partner.
anyway, I don't. If you had a bad
You're
weekend, I
finished
don't want
here.
your week to be bad.
For
So
now, at least.
leave a like, a share, and
If you
subscribe.
were aiming
And
to
I'll
impress
catch you on the next
sometime,
one. Alright, y'all have a good
I'd
one.
say you
Peace.
succeeded.